Welcome to 1189, an online Bible commentary. My name is Tyler Marston, and today we're taking a look at Exodus chapter 31. So after several chapters, God is wrapping up his instructions on how to build the tabernacle. And what's pretty incredible is that he wants to use humans to build it. Right? He's God. He could have dropped this tent right out of the sky exactly as he wanted it built, but instead he's decided to partner with the Israelites to accomplish his mission. And this is the way God works all the way through the Bible, partnering with humans, as sinful and messed up as they are, in order to accomplish his mission for the world. Now the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "See, I have called by name Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. I have filled him with the Spirit of God in wisdom, in understanding, in knowledge, and in all kinds of craftsmanship, to make artistic designs for work in gold, in silver, and in bronze, and in the cutting of stones for settings, and in the carving of wood, that he may work in all kinds of craftsmanship. And behold, I myself have appointed with him Oholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan. And in the hearts of all who are skillful I have put skill, that they may make all that I have commanded you." So throughout all the instructions of the tabernacle, we kept hearing that phrase being repeated, right? That all of these works should be the works of a skilled workman. Because if this is really going to be God's house, it should look the part, right? It should be designed with the utmost intricacies and care. And for that reason, God calls by name some particular craftsmen that he wants to work on this project, namely Bezalel and Oholiab. God says that he's even filled Bezalel with his spirit in order to accomplish this mission. This is apropos to Genesis 1, where God's spirit was hovering over the waters before he created the heavens and the earth. And in the same way, Bezalel will be filled with that same spirit so that he can create a mini universe, a mini Eden, so God can live with his people again. And so what this shows is that while it can be superficial to put too much value on appearances, God really does care about beauty and aesthetics and design. Remember Genesis 2, where God filled the Garden of Eden with all kinds of trees that both produced fruit and were good for the nourishment of the humans, but also there were trees that were just simply good to look at, trees that were beautiful. When we take time to be creative, to design with intention and care, whether we realize it or not, we're acting like God. Now that's not necessarily to say that every creative venture is morally upstanding and even beneficial to society. Propaganda films take just as much creativity. But creativity is just like any other resource, time or money or influence. It's an incredible blessing when we use it for God's glory. The tent of meeting and the ark of the testimony and the mercy seat upon it, and all the furniture of the tent, the table also and its utensils, and the pure gold lampstand with all its utensils, and the altar of incense, the altar of burnt offering also with all of its utensils, and the laver and its stand, the woven garments as well, and the holy garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments for his sons with which to carry on the priesthood, the anointing oil also, and the fragrant incense for the holy place. They are to make them according to all that I have commanded you. So these verses serve to remind us and summarize everything that Bezalel and Oholiab are creating. We get a list of the tabernacle and all of its furniture and all their utensils, along with the priestly garments and everything in the courtyard, and the anointing oil and incense. God has specifically designed all of these things for his purposes, and yet he's entrusted humans and partnered with them to make these designs a reality. And this is no different from our vocation as Christ followers to make disciples. God has entrusted us with that design for the world, and we need to do our part in our responsibility to make that a reality. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "But as for you, speak to the sons of Israel, saying, You shall surely observe my Sabbaths, for this is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that you may know that I am the Lord who sanctifies you. Therefore you are to observe the Sabbath, for it is holy to you. Everyone who profanes it shall surely be put to death, for whoever does any work on it, that person shall be cut off from among the people. For 6 days work may be done, but on the seventh day there is a Sabbath of complete rest, holy to the Lord. Whoever does any work on the Sabbath day shall surely be put to death. So the sons of Israel shall observe the Sabbath to celebrate the Sabbath throughout their generations as a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the sons of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, but on the seventh day he ceased from labor and was refreshed. And the final piece of all these laws and covenants is a call to remember the Sabbath. In Exodus chapter 20, in the Ten Commandments, we saw the command to keep the Sabbath and honor it and keep it holy. And we saw there and here how it has links to Genesis 1 and 2 and to Exodus 16. But here there are also warnings given for people who do not keep the Sabbath. Like circumcision in Genesis 17, the Sabbath was supposed to be a firm marker on who followed the instructions of God and who didn't. But also like circumcision, Jesus and New Testament authors will challenge the cultural understanding of what it means to honor the Sabbath. By their time, the Jews had begun to worship the day in and of itself, as opposed to worshiping the Lord that the day was supposed to point to. When he had finished speaking with him upon Mount Sinai, he gave Moses the 2 tablets of the testimony, tablets of stone, written by the finger of God. Finally, at the close of all of God's declarations to Moses, we get that famous scene of God writing his words on 2 stone tablets with his own finger. And that was done lest anyone think that all of these commands were simply Moses' opinion. And it points to God's unchanging nature, right? It's literally carved into stone, not written on a scroll that might get torn up or fade away. And it also serves to re-emphasize that theme of passing down God's instructions and commands to future generations. And so this brief chapter wraps up God's instructions on Mount Sinai. We see the importance of beauty and creativity to God and his people. We also see the importance of using those blessings to mark ourselves as followers of God among the world. And at the end, we get the very famous scene of God himself carving his words into stone as a testimony. And so surely all the people who have seen this going on from a distance will completely obey every word for endless generations, right? Right? Unfortunately, Moses and the people are in for a rude awakening in the next chapter that completely changes how we think this narrative is supposed to go. But all of that will be next time on 1189. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day, and God bless.